Makingascene.org brings you why streams don't build careers and what actually does. So, if you're an indie musician, this probably hits close to home. You pour everything into your music, you put it out there, and then nothing, just crickets. The streams just don't reflect the work you put in, and you can't help but wonder, what am I doing wrong? But this quote from makingascene.org really flips that on its head. What if you're asking the wrong question? What if the problem isn't you at all, but the system itself?
Oh, and we've all been there, right? That feeling, you upload your new track, your masterpiece, and then the real work begins, the waiting game. You're just hitting refresh, refresh, refresh on your dashboard, just praying you'll land on that one big playlist, the one you think is going to change everything.
And hey, it's not just about the playlists, is it? It's waiting for that follower count to jump. Just for that little spike that tells you, okay, people are actually hearing this. The algorithm finally noticed me. It's that little hit of validation we're all chasing.
Really, what it all boils down to is you're just waiting for something, anything to just click. And when it doesn't, man, it feels like the whole machine is just broken. It's so frustrating, so demoralizing. You just feel completely and utterly stuck.
So yeah, why does this happen? To really get it, we got to look at what streaming was supposed to be in the first place. That original promise that for so many of us feels totally broken now.
I mean, the dream was amazing, right? Everybody gets a shot. No more gatekeepers. A totally level playing field for everyone. But the reality? Oof, it's a different story. Yeah, you get access, but the platform, they own the relationship with your listeners. They own all the data. And at the end of the day, you're not the CEO of your own music career. You're basically just inventory on their shelf.
And that's really the heart of the problem, isn't it? This quote says it all. Having access without any control, that's not a career. That's a rental agreement. You're just renting space in someone else's building, playing by their rules. You're in an ecosystem designed to grab attention for the platform, not to build a sustainable career for you.
Okay, so this brings us to a super important, kind of tough question. Why do the numbers lie? Let's really dig in and figure out why 1 million streams can look so great on paper, but mean so little for your actual bank account.
All right, let's pull back the curtain for a second. You probably think, one stream, one small payment to me, right? Nope, not even close. Your payout gets chucked into this giant, confusing blender with all sorts of stuff. Ad deals, corporate licensing, different subscription levels. By the time it comes out, your tiny little slice of the pie has almost nothing to do with that one person who loved your song. And this right here, this is maybe the most important distinction to make. We've got to separate a listener from a fan. See, a listener, they might just stumble upon your song in a playlist. It's passive. Their attention is gone in a flash. But a fan chooses you. They're active. They want to be part of your journey, and they're in it for the long haul. Streaming platforms are built for listeners, but careers are built on fans.
And economically? Oh man, it's not even a competition. It's night and day. That passive listener is worth, a fraction of a cent once. But a real fan, someone who buys a t-shirt, comes to a show, supports you directly, their value is massive. It compounds over time. That's the real foundation of a career you can actually live on.
Okay, so if chasing streams is a dead end, what's the alternative? Well, the answer is all about building a foundation of ownership.
And makingascene.org lays this out perfectly with 4 really powerful pillars. Now, this isn't some abstract theory, okay? These are the actual, tangible assets you need to build a career that can actually last. So let's break them down.
All right, first up, owning your masters. What does that mean? Well, think of the master as the original recording of your song, the actual sound file. When you own that, you own the sound itself. It's not just a disposable track on a playlist anymore. It's a real asset. It's property you can license for a movie or a TV commercial. It creates income for you years and years down the road.
Pillar number 2 is publishing. And look, I get it. It's not the sexiest topic. A lot of artists just ignore it completely. But this quote here nails it. Publishing is more like a pension than a paycheck. It's the slow burn income from the song itself, the melody, the lyrics. Every time it's used anywhere, you get a little piece. It builds this stable financial floor for your entire career.
Okay, pillar number 3, owning your fan data. And we're talking about things like an email list, maybe even phone numbers. This is your direct line, your hotline to your fans. It's the difference between shouting into the black hole of an algorithm and actually having a real conversation with the people who love your work. It stops being guesswork and starts being real strategy. And that brings us to the fourth pillar, owning your direct revenue channels. This is all about creating a straight line between you and your fans' support. We're talking merch, live shows, Bandcamp sales, subscriptions, all that good stuff. It's a clean transaction where you get the value, not a bunch of middlemen taking their cut. This is how you actually make a living.
All right, let's bring it all together. What do all four of these pillars add up to? It's about one massive, crucial mindset shift. You have to go from being a renter to being an owner.
Now hold on, this does not mean you should just quit streaming. Absolutely not. You have to see it for what it is, a discovery tool. It's the very top of your funnel. The whole game is to use streaming to let people find you, and then immediately point them toward the stuff you actually own, your email list, your merch, your ticket links.
And when you look at it this way, the two mindsets are just worlds apart. The renter, they're always chasing the algorithm, just hoping for that lucky break. They're reactive. But the owner, they're proactive. They build assets, they plan for the long haul, and most importantly, they focus on building real relationships, not just getting a bigger reach number.
So it really all boils down to this one question you have to ask yourself. Are you building a career, or are you just renting space in someone else's? And look, answering that question honestly, with no shame, no blame, that's the first real step you can take toward building something that's actually going to last. Make sure you check out the other great articles and resources on makingascene.org, the place the indie artist goes to build the new music industry.